Several years back, we had a teenage boy who came to my house, showed up one night in the middle of not the middle of the night, but in the evening time. And he was upset. He had had an argument with his family, and he was angry at his mom and dad. And he was like, "Can I stay here for tonight?" And I said, "Well, maybe." I said, here's the deal. I'll let you stay here tonight, but you have to let me call your mom and dad and talk to your mom and dad first. And if they say it's okay, then I'll let you stay here. If they say no, then you can't stay here. So, and I'll let you stay here for the night if they're agreeable. He said, okay. So I called them. They said, yeah, go ahead. He needed it. He needed to cool off. They needed to cool. They didn't want him back home anytime soon. So they're like, yeah, let him stay with you. So I said, all right. So let him stay the night. Morning, he went up, woke up. They went to high school. It was gone. And, thought, okay, that was done, whatever. Hopefully everybody's had their cool off period. And as we're going through the day, then I get a phone call the next day in the middle of the afternoon. And I answer it, and it's a teacher from school. I'm like, yes, and she's reporting to me about this young man who stayed over and said he's gotten in trouble during the day. He's been misbehaving. He really needs to be talked to. It's inappropriate what he did. He told me what he did. It was inappropriate. And I'm like, okay. And I said, why are you calling me? Shouldn't you be calling his mother and father? And she said, oh, well, he told me he's living with you now, and you're his guardian. I said, oh, really? They forgot to inform me of that information. Yeah, I said, okay, all righty. So I said, don't worry, I'll take care of it. So I hung up the phone, and we didn't see him, We ate dinner at our home, did all our stuff, and evening came. It was like about 10 p.m., in our house, and he comes strolling in the front door, walking in like he owns the place. Oh, how you doing, all the kids are in bed, it's 10 o'clock at night. And I said, oh, hey, I said, where you been? He said, well, I've just been out. I said, you and I need to have a come to Jesus conversation, right? Why don't you sit down on the couch right here? So I sat him down and I said, listen, here's the deal. First of all, if you want the privilege of being part of this family, here, my family, if you want the privilege of being part of our family, first of all, you eat dinner with us. You're here. You will eat dinner. Second of all, you're going to report where you are at all times. You have a cell phone, use it, right? Sorry, kids, you might not like this, but I'm going to help your parents here. Anyway, so, right, you're going to report in where you are and where you're going and what's happening in your life. And then, third of all, what happened at school. That will never, ever happen again. And you're going to go back to school tomorrow. And you're going to stand in front of the whole class, because you did it in front of the whole class, and you're going to apologize to your teacher and then to the whole class. And that is going to happen, or you will not live here. Do I make myself clear? He said, yes. I said, and then after that, we can discuss whether you want to be part of this family or not, but you may not want to, because there's more that follows this, okay? And I said, here's the deal. You can sleep here tonight on this couch. But tomorrow morning, you have to make a decision. And it's a one-time decision. You're either in or you're out. This is not something that changes. You're in or you're out. And I said, you get to make the decision. Let me know in the morning. Do you understand? As a parent, you got to say that. Do you understand? He said, I understand. I said, all right. The morning came in, woke up, went out there. He was gone. Never came back. Fine with me? Yeah, great. Great with me. Sometimes we got to make that choice, right? Family is not a privilege, is it? Sometimes we think it's a privilege. It's not a privilege. It's not a right. It's a choice. It's a choice, right? When you bowed the knee to Jesus, and I hope you've done that, when you gave your life to Jesus Christ, what you were doing is saying, Jesus, I choose to give you my life. I choose to live for you. And when we gave him our lives, he joined us. We became one with Jesus. But in that moment, his people, the people that are important to Jesus, also became ours, okay? We gave Jesus our life and became in relationship with him, but now the people that are important to him also became automatically important to us. What we did is we joined the family of God at that moment. And Jesus says, welcome into my family, and I'll make you part of my family. And you are part of his family. He died for us. He rose again. Thank you, Jesus. But now you've joined a family, and the family is the local church. And he said, hey, you're now part of this family. And you look around, and the people you're sitting around, they're your brothers and sisters. And God calls us his sons and daughters because he is our one and only Father. That means we joined a family, guys. Some people struggle with that because we say, whoa, I don't want all this. I just want the salvation of Jesus Christ. I want the get out of jail or the get out of hell card. I want to have that, but I don't want to have any other responsibility. Just like this young man who came over my house. I want all the benefits that come with this. I just don't want any of the responsibility to come with that. Well, guess what? That's not the way it works. It's not the way it works, is it? Not at all. When we give our life to Jesus, we also are agreeing to love the people he loves. We're going to become part of his family. Say family with me. Family. Should have sung today, we are family. Yes. Maybe we shouldn't have, right? If we decide to say, I'm going to be part of this family and do absolutely nothing, you know what you're called? A spoiled brat. Right? Did you ever meet a child who's spoiled? Yes. Don't look at your spouse. I mean, I don't know. Call them out like that, right? Spoiled brat children. They want everything. That's entitlement, isn't it? They want everything. They think they deserve it all, but they want to not lift one finger to contribute to the family. It's not the way it works. It's not the way my family is. That's not the way your family should be. It's not the way. You shouldn't let your children get whatever they want. That's a problem, right? Acts chapter 2 talks about Peter. And Peter, the disciple, he preached probably the greatest sermon ever preached because 3,000 people gave their life to Jesus in one sermon. Wow. It must have been a powerful sermon, right? 3,000 people. Talk about having twins. Twins. Some of you have twins in your family. You know, I don't know where Becky's at. You know, she's probably here, but she, twins, right? Twins, what are you going to, twins are hard. It's hard enough with one child, then you got twins. Imagine 3,000 children showing up at one time. 3,000! What are we going to do with these people? I don't know. Get slingshots, start feeding them all, right? Yeah, from a distance. I don't know what's going on. Scripture says this, Acts chapter 2, verse 41. It's on the screen. It says, those who believed what Peter said were baptized and... Oh, you fell asleep? What's happening? Just remember, every week, right? If you see the highlighted word, you have to say the highlighted word with enthusiasm. Come on, family. Let's go, family, right? Let's start. Back up, Julie. Let's start. Right? Those who believed, that's the 3,000, believed what Peter said, were baptized and? Added. Oh, that was good. How about the patio? Let's hear you. Oh, that's good. How about Pajama World? Let's hear you. I didn't hear anything, but okay, just keep typing. Anyways, all right. So we're added to the church that day. About 3,000 in all. 3,000 babies, 3,000 children giving their life to Jesus and becoming a child of God and entering the family. Holy cow. This ain't twins, this ain't triplets, this ain't quadruplets, whatever, I don't know if that's an actual thing, but anyways, 3,000, holy cow, here they all come. Now, there's two very important words in this verse that we just went over. One is baptism, and the other one is? Added. Oh, you weren't with me there. One is baptism, and one is? Added. Yeah, there you go, right? Added. Two important words. When we give our life to Jesus Christ, the first thing he wants us to do, you are a follower of me, you get baptized. We did that last week, right? People gave their lives. They said, I believe in Jesus, and then they were baptized. It was awesome. You should have been there. It was pretty cool. So anyways, you get baptized, right? And baptism is a outward expression of what happened inwardly. Like, hey, I gave my life to Jesus. I believe in Jesus. He's changed my world. I'm making my life all about Jesus, period. And I'm showing everybody, I'm showing the family that I've done it by baptism, right? And we were all there and we celebrated. Woo! right, it was kind of cool. I always love doing it at the beach. And then there's a second step. That's the first step. And then there's a second step. They were added to the family. Added to the local church. This is our local church. Hilltop is our family. Okay? So people believed in Jesus, then they were baptized, and they were added, became part, they partnered, that's why we call it that. They said, I now am going to be partnered with Hilltop. I'm going to be counted as a Hilltopper. I guess that's what we are. I don't know. Hi-ho, we're Hilltoppers. Right? And we're going to be Hilltoppers, and I'm going to stand with my family. I am part of this family. How many of you have a last name? You got a last name? Yeah, that last name identifies you, doesn't it? And you have people that you are associated with, whether you like them or not. Whether they're good people or not. You are associated with them. And then maybe if you were blessed by God, you had children, and you slapped that name on them. And you said, I am your parent, whether you like it or not. And I call the shots, whether you like it or not. And this is not a privilege. God put you here, and he gave me the authority to take you out of here, right? Don't mess with me, right? We try to intimidate our children, right? Yeah, so that's the local church, right? So first, we give our life to Jesus. Then we are baptized. And then we are added to the church. We are identifying that I am part of this family. Part of this family. Now, unfortunately, there's lots of people who want to take advantage of the family and say, well, I like the family. I want to come over and eat dinner at this family, but I don't want to invest in the family. And it's kind of like this young man who came over to my house, right? He said, hey, I want to sleep on your couch that you provide for me. I want to experience your air conditioning or your heat. You know, we live in Havasu. We don't use heat. But anyways, air conditioning, right? I want to experience the food from your table, and I want you to feed me. And I want you to come and protect me when I get in trouble, and I want you to bail me out, and I want you to do all these things for me, but I don't want to have any responsibility, and I don't want to take the step to actually become a functioning, active part of this family. I don't want to have any of the rules. I don't want to contribute any of the finances. I don't want to do any of the chores, but I want all the benefits from this. And so I'm just going to show up and reap the benefits and never sign. I just want to live together. Right? I don't want to get married. I just want to live together. That's not what Jesus calls us to do. He calls us to be added, to sign the piece of paper, to get married and say, I'm investing my life in this family. That's what he calls us to do, right? But we don't like it. We don't like it. And why do we need to invest? Because we need to know who's all about Jesus, period. And we have a mission that Jesus has called us to accomplish, and he's called this church to accomplish, his family. And we need to know that you're on, you're in, you're with what's happening. And not only are you with it, this is my family. And I'm going to do what it takes so my family accomplishes what we are called to do. That's family, right? That's what Jesus says to do. So here's the thing. Some of you, it's time to partner up. Yeehaw! Right? You want to ride with the posse, but you don't want to be part of the posse. It's time to posse up, right? It's time to swear in. Get your badge. I swear in. I'm a deputy of Hilltop Church. Partner, I don't know, right? Let's do the work, right? And there's some benefits that come our way. There's some benefits that you get when you join the family of God. Some awesome benefits when you join a local church. One of the benefits is family nourishes us. Family nourishes us. You get to eat, right? Who doesn't like to eat? Yeah, nobody raised their hand there, right? We all like to eat. Eating is important. If you don't eat, you're going to die, right? You have to eat. You don't want to overeat because that just means you're not exercising. So you need to eat and you need to exercise. Both things very important that you do with your family, right? Your family's the people who are actually going to tell you, hey, you're overweight. No one else is going to tell you that. Everyone else, you look good. Yeah, you're fine. Your family's going to say, you fat. You need to exercise, right? Your family's also going to say, you skinny. You need to eat something, right? You got grandma. Eat, right? Good Italian grandma. Manja, come on, let's go. You're skinny, but skinny bones. Eat something, right? Here's some more, right? So they're going to fatten you up too, right? Eating is important, guys. And with our family, we are nourished. We get nourished. Scripture says this, Acts chapter 2, verse 42. It says, all the believers devoted themselves. Oh, very important words, right? They devoted themselves. They didn't devote someone else. They devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to the fellowship and to the sharing in meals, including the Lord's Supper. We just took that. And to prayer. The food at Hilltop is right here, the Word of God. This is the food at Hilltop. This is what we need to eat at. And if you read this book and you nourish on it, this will tell you that this is more valuable than food itself. This food is more valuable than this food. Without this food, you will die. But without this food, you will die. Your soul will die. This food feeds your soul. It feeds your life. It's going to nourish you so that you live a healthy, prosperous life in Jesus Christ, full of joy, peace, hope, grace, mercy, all the things we need, and how to interact and how to raise our children, how to be married, how to interact with other people. This will nourish us. But so many people, we don't want to commit to it. We don't want to come to the family where the family says, hey, how are you doing on this? We say, whoa, I don't want to be held accountable like that. I just want to come and go as I please. Well, yeah, but you're never going to really eat. That's not eating. That's not investing. That's just showing up and having a meal every now and then. You're not going to survive on a meal every now and then. You're going to die. And we need this, right? There's people in this world who are starving for this right here. There's countries that they can't have this. This is illegal. And we have people who are dying and going to jail because they're so starving for this that they're willing to put their lives on the line. They're willing to risk their extended family. North Korea, extended family. If I get caught with this, me and all of my extended family go to jail. But this is so valuable and so nourishing, they're willing to do it. And yet in America, we have this in abundance. And we turn up our nose at it. We say, I don't want to eat. Oh, I don't believe in religion. I don't believe in religion either. I believe in Jesus. I don't want to eat. I don't want to join a family where this is going to feed me because I don't want to be responsible. I want to do my own thing. I don't want anybody to hold me accountable, right? It's not the way it works. It's not the way it works. People come in and steal. They steal from the family. I was at a men's breakfast. We have men's breakfast here at Hilltop, first Saturday of every month. We had it yesterday. Any of you men there? Yes. Yeah, there you go. Okay, good. Did you get some bacon? Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's right there. That's right. Bacon right there. That's right. I saw a picture of him cooking. So, yeah. All right, he did a good job. So, men's breakfast. You men should be coming. So, first Saturday of every month, 8 o'clock to 9. You get fed, and then you get fed. It's worth it. I encourage you to come. I was at a men's breakfast a couple weeks ago. This was not yesterday, a couple months ago. I was at a men's breakfast, and there was an older gentleman there. And he came up to me, and he was upset. He was crying, tearing up, right? And he walks up to me, and he starts talking to me, and had the story and was sharing it with me. It was heartbreaking, difficult situation he's been through, and he was emotional. And I didn't know him, but I'd seen him at a men's breakfast before or stuff like that. So I spent some time talking to him. And he needed to be ministered to. And so I ministered to him, right? And I prayed with him, and I tried to encourage him. And basically, he consumed my whole time. There were other men at Hilltop that wanted to talk to me, guys who come to, not that I'm that important, but, some men think they need to talk to me, but whatever. So, just like the patio, right? So these men couldn't talk to me because this guy was consuming my time, and they were gracious. The men at Hilltop are awesome. They're, okay, yeah, he needs something. Okay, no problem. They're gracious. And then I finished with him. He consumed the whole time. Pretty much everybody was gone by the time I ended with him. And so I told him, hey, I said, I'll see you tomorrow at church. I'll see you tomorrow. And he said, oh, I don't go to Hilltop. I said, what? He said, yeah, I don't go to Hilltop. I go to a different church, and I don't really like Hilltop, and it's not the church for me. And I said, what? I thought, so wait a minute. You totally consumed my whole time when you have your own pastor and your own family. Wait a minute. That's not right. There were men at Hilltop who needed to be nourished. Men at Hilltop who needed to spend time with their brother and talk and be fed with God's word. And you totally consumed that and prevented that from happening when you have your own family, but you came to our family and consumed the whole time. Did you ever have a neighborhood kid come over to your house and eat dinner? Did you ever have that happen? And it's okay, like, okay, he's here, let him eat. And then he shows up the next day and you're like, honey, did we get a new child? And then he's there the next day and you're like, all right, it's time for him to go, right? I'm not supporting an extra one here, right? And because there's nothing, I'm not saying, like, guest, come on in, guest. We're all for guests. All 4 guests coming, and I will give you my attention, and we will give you attention. We're happy to have guests come. Come and join us. Have a meal with us. We're excited about that. But after a while, you don't become guest anymore. You become regular. And when you're regular, we begin to go, okay, wait. How long till you become a partner? Because you're regular now. And you're reaping all the benefits of partner, but you're not willing to get married and say, I'm a partner. Well, at that point, you're just stealing from those who are partners, who are willing to say, let me sign my name. And I'm not trying to guilt you. Some of you are like getting all upset, but relax, I'm just telling you the reality of the situation. Family, right? Are you in the family, or you just want all the benefits of the family? Jesus calls you to be in the family, part of the family, partner with the family, right? The kids are part of the family. The neighborhood kid is not. He's just a guest. And at some point, you begin to go, oh, maybe I need to contribute. Has anybody ever invited you over for dinner and you thought, can I bring something? Let me bring dessert. Let me bring a bag of chips. You go out to eat with someone and you say, hey, let me buy this meal, right? It's the same idea. Why do you do that? Because at first it's like, oh, we're generous. Someone bought me a meal. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's very nice. Next time we're like, okay, I got to contribute something. Let me bring something to the table. That's natural, but we don't do that in church. In church, we say, oh, let me reap all the benefits and never contribute. Why not? You're being nourished. You're experiencing that. At what point do we say, yeah, I got an obligation. I'm no longer a guest. Guest free. You're a guest, you're free. Come on in. We're happy. You've been here a couple months, you're regular. Start contributing, right? Start contributing, right? You should do something. Clean up something. At least go on Google and give us a good Google review or something, like, hey, this church is awesome, right? I mean, that's like something. Throw something in the offering box. I'm not telling you what you got to do. I'm just saying, like, at some point you go, yeah, okay, I've been fed here pretty good. I probably should contribute something, right? If I'm not willing to become a partner, I should at least contribute something for my share. I don't want to be like this youth boy. I just want everything you've got, and I'm going to do whatever I want. Well, no, that becomes a problem, right? You want someone to come sit at your dinner table and say, oh, this food's awful. I don't want this food. Next time, cook something else. I want a steak. Make it medium, and it better be cooked right. You'd be like, get out, right? This is what our home eats. We're not eating steak, and we're not buying it for you when we do, right? Yeah, we'll see you at Thanksgiving or Christmas. Bring a present. All right, yeah, that's right. I mean, it's just the reality of the situation. The family benefits us by protecting us. The family benefits by protecting us. It nourishes us, and then it protects us. Acts chapter 2:44. And all the believers met together in one place and shared everything they had, right? This is protection. Most of you think like financial. That's probably part of it, but think of protection. What does family do? Family protects us. You go, well, what do I need protection from? This world. You know, you live in this world long enough, and something's going to go haywire. Your marriage is going to get in trouble. Your children are going to go off the rails. Your job is going to do something hanky, weird, something, right? Your finances are going to be in trouble. And what happens in those moments? You come to the church and you go, man, I need help. People sit in my office every week. I need help. I need help. And I go, yeah, you do need help. And why are they coming? Because I need protection. I need help out of this situation. And so I'm coming to you, the church, and you go, great, I don't have a problem helping you. But you know, it's weird when you told a stranger and you don't really go to the church and contribute, and now you want all this help. It's much different when you're a partner and a partner shows up, says, man, I've been here, I've been part of this church for a long time, I've been serving, I've invested in this, and I need help. I go, really? Let's help you. We're here to help you. Someone else, I go, well, I don't even know who you are. Who are you? Do you even go to Hilltop? I'm not opposed to helping you, but it changes our mentality. When your dad's in trouble, that's probably not the way it works, is it? When your brother's in trouble, you call the dad, Dad, we need to help him. Or you step in and help him yourself. When your brother's an idiot, you say, you're an idiot. When your brother does something stupid, you go, that's stupid. Go back to your wife and apologize and get rid of that other woman, you moron. Right? That's protection. We need that in our life. But why is someone going to stick their neck out for us if we're unwilling to sign our name and say that we're part of them? I want all the protection in the world, but I'm never going to acknowledge who you are. Hey, you know, the mafia has some things down. You're either in the family or you're out. Right? In family, we take care of you, right? Kiss the ring. I mean, they're not totally wrong. Right? It's a lot easier to say, oh, they're part of us. They walk with us. They're invested. I'm going to help them. It's a lot harder to go, I don't know who they are. They never show up. They're never around. And when they do show up, they whine and complain about everything and then walk away and do nothing. I don't really want to help that person. There's nothing invested there, right? When I was in 7th grade, I went to church youth camp. Came back. It was awesome. Had a great time. At the end, they gave us this big, giant bag. You know, the brown paper bag, lunch bag, full of candy. It was awesome. 7th grade sugar, you know. And they were smart. They gave it to us at the end. Go home now, right? It was great. I loved it. Gave us a big bag of candy. And there was a 10th grade kid. I was a little scrawny 7th grade. Hey, guys, camp is great. You know, I love 7th graders and youth. They're awesome. But, they're always so awkward. I like when 8th grade comes. Hey, guys, how you doing? Anyway, so, yeah. I had this bag of candy, and a 10th grade kid came over, and he stole my candy. And he was bigger than I was. I'm like, man, we're at church. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Yeah, that's well, yeah, I did something about it. I went to my sister. My sister, my older sister, she's mean. I love her, but she's mean. And she was like just graduating, you know, or graduated, I don't remember exactly, and showed up, and I was all upset. I said, Brenda, he stole my candy. She said, who? Him right there. She walked over to him. Yeah, this is burnout days, you know. Love you, Brenda. But anyways, she walks over. Bam! Give my brother his candy back. He said, okay. Here's your candy, right? I said, thank you. Don't ever mess with him again. I said, don't mess with me again. She will get you. Yeah, that's right. Back off. Yeah, it's good to have protection sometimes, right? Family helps you out. I was the baby. Sometimes you needed some protection. Right? Older siblings. And I had a mean sister. She was tough, right? I mean, she's great now. I love you. I love you. But anyways, right? Yeah, she was tough. And she protected me sometimes. It's good to have protection. But if we're not in the family, who's going to protect you? And listen, this world is full of sharks. and sharks are going to eat you up. And we need someone to watch our back. We need someone to hold us accountable. We need someone to say, don't do that, you'll screw it up. And it's nice to have people who've messed things up before and say, don't do that, I did it. That's a big mistake. Don't do that. And you go, if you're smart, okay, don't do that. At least they tell us, don't do that. Try something else you might mess up, but don't do that. Okay, I got it. I'm not going to do that, right? I learn. Family helps us. They protect us. It's a good thing. Family raises us. Family raises us. Acts chapter 2, verse 45 and 46. They sold their property and possessions and shared the money with those in need. They worshiped together at the temple each day, met in homes for the Lord's Supper, and shared their meals with one great joy of generosity. As a family is where you learn how to be an adult. So the adult you are today is because your mom and dad, for better or for worse, they taught you how to be an adult. And when you become a partner in the church, we learn how to be an adult in the faith of Jesus Christ. Why? Because we're alongside other believers. And we learn from each other. This is the value of chores. Okay, in your house, you should give your children chores. I'm not saying you get paid for them. Our kids, we always said, you don't get paid for chores. That's part of being the family. You're going to load the dishwasher, unload the dishwasher. Welcome to the family. Mom cooked, we ate, you clean. It's a win-win situation. I don't know. So, right? Yeah. And it's part of it. And the same way in church, we have chores. And we also held accountable to our family and our parents, right? And we have rules laid out for us how to live. And we function within those, and they teach us how to be a healthy adult. Well, biblically, spiritually, how to be a healthy adult in Jesus Christ. We need to learn that, and family teaches us that. Acts chapter 2, verse 43. This is what happens when we grow to be a healthy adult. A deep sense of awe came over them all, and the apostles performed many miraculous signs and wonders. So when we are living healthy in family and growing as healthy adults alongside each other and going through the ups and downs and the hardships, but sticking together, God begins to do something through us because we're in harmony and we're in unity together and we're eating together and we're growing together. And he says, look at my children, I'm happy with them. Parents love it when their kids get along. Look at my kids down there. I'm so proud of them. Look at the way they're doing. And it makes mom and dad makes our Father want to do amazing things through this church because we've come together as family. Let me tell you, if you're here and you don't know what to do, here's how you become family. And here's how it's going to benefit you. Here's what you need to do. First, you need to become a partner. You need to get married. Get married, for crying out loud. How long are you going to date? Living together is not what God calls us to do. Get married. Sign your name. Some of you go, ooh, I don't want to sign my name. Well, then you're really never in until you sign your name. Something about getting married that I'm in this. Living together, I got 1 foot out just in case something better comes along. There's no security in that. That's not love. That's selfishness. Love is I'm in. And I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm in. Become a partner, right? Then join a connection group. They don't run year-round, guys. They start and stop. I don't know why we struggle with this. They start and stop. Join a connection group. You need to be with other people and nourishing on his word. You need to be with your brothers, sisters, nourishing, praying together. It's going to change your life. We have to have it. And then serve. Start serving. You're going to come to Hilltop. You're going to take advantage of Hilltop. Give back to Hilltop. Serve. We need people serving. You need to be in the trenches alongside, rubbing shoulders with people. And that's where you really grow in your faith. It's important, right? And then, what do we need to do? Participate in church events. Not just Sunday morning. All of it. It all matters. Let me show up. And what happens is, that's family hanging out together. It's family time. And you go, oh, I don't want to do family time. Yeah, you need it. Because you need to build strong relationships with each other. It's where you learn to count on each other. You learn to hear things from other people and go, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, maybe I should be doing that in my life. Oh, I didn't know that's dangerous. Oh, maybe I should be doing that in my life. We hear each other's stories. We hear what's happened. We learn that we have protection. We learn there's someone to call on when we need them. And someone they can call on when they need someone. I'm here for you because I'm in the family. You know I'm here. I'm in. And then we have to be open to vulnerability. Vulnerability. What does that mean? Being real. Being real. Sins and all. You all want to hide from the pastor because he's going to judge you. I know you're sinners. Just get over it. I'm a sinner too, right? Just be real who you are. And when we're vulnerable, it opens us up, and that's when we really connect. And people say, I don't want to be part of the family because they fight and do stuff. But sometimes that happens. But we also have great joys too. But sometimes it's through the fighting where we really get connected and we learn to trust each other. It's solving the difficulty. And the fighting's not always internal. Sometimes we're fighting to build a building. That's outside of ourselves, but we learn to stay together in it and trust each other and keep moving forward. That's how you become part of the family. Don't miss out on the benefits. It's time to join the family. Let's have a word of prayer. Jesus, thank you for your goodness. Thank you for dying on the cross. And Jesus, I am not ashamed to say that you are my God. I am not ashamed to say Hilltop is my church. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of my father. I'm proud of my family. And Jesus, let us see the importance of it and how it's going to benefit our lives. And let us not be freeloaders who are entitled, who reap all the benefits, but refuse to sign our name. Let us be people who are faithful, who are bold, who say, I want to be part of the family. I'm in. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen.